Hey everybody, Danny here with Into Fly Fishing, and today we're taking a look at the Snowbee XS Delicate Presentation Fly Fishing Line. Now I had a really good chance to take this out on the water and give it a good test, and I'm excited to tell you guys my thoughts. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So when you receive this line, you'll find it spooled on this cylinder right here. Now I put mine on this reel here, and we'll get to that here in just a little bit. But when you receive it, it'll come spooled on the cylinder, have that tag on the end that says which needs to attach to the backing and which end should be out to attach to your leader. But also another feature that you'll get is this Snowbee line slick. Now this line slick here is something that you don't see a lot of other companies sending. This here is just a little liquid that you can put on your fly line, and it'll ensure that it doesn't get hung up in the guides, and it makes that reeling and casting process much more smooth. Just a small little detail that Snowbee finds important and finds that will give you a little bit of an edge as you are casting on the water. And this fly line is really perfect for the finesse angler. Now this is the 2-weight delicate presentation line, and if you find yourself on a mountain stream, an alpine lake, or smaller clear water that you need to be delicate with the presentation of your line, then obviously the delicate presentation line is going to work for it. It's smaller, it's got a thinner makeup to it. So this fly line is 75 feet long. Now this is definitely a little bit shorter than you would find on other fly lines, but for one, this is made for a 2-weight reel, and as you know, 2-weight reels are a bit smaller than you would find 5-6-weight reels, so you can't string as much line on a 2-weight reel as you would on many others. The makeup of the Snowbee Delicate Presentation fly line is as follows. The rear taper is 43 feet long, so the back part of this line is 43 feet long. The line belly is 16 feet long, and the front taper is another 16 feet long. And that makes up the entire 75 feet of this fly line. And the makeup of the line is important because that front 16 feet needs to be the most delicately presented line of all of this. That's going to be the closest to the leader. That's where the fish are likely going to see most. So that front 16 feet definitely has to lay down smoother than the others. So that's the makeup of the 75 feet. So what is this fly line best for? Who is it best for? What type of equipment is it best for? Again, the answer is kind of in the name. Anywhere you need to delicately present your flies is where this line will thrive. So more often than not, more likely than not, anyone that's fishing a smaller mountain stream or a small alpine lake, clear water, that you cannot have your line spook the fish, then this is an ideal option for you. It's going to lay down your flies nicely. It's not going to slap the water. It's not going to cause quite a bit of commotion as you strip it in. It's going to glide nicely across the surface of the water and allow you to lay down those small nymphs or those small dry flies quite nicely. The delicate presentation, Snowbee definitely told the truth with this. You'll see it have that nice lay down. It doesn't slap the water. It doesn't do anything unnecessary to just get the fish to move away. It will allow it just that nice layered lay down. You won't feel as if you're a distraction, and you won't feel like you don't have control. A lot of anglers worry that, oh, it's delicate presentation, that means it's going to go every which way, I'm going to have all sorts of hard time controlling it. Not true. This line fits the bill of the soft presentation, but still allows you to get it to exactly where you need it to be. So how does this line perform? Like I said, it doesn't slap the water, it doesn't feel like it's impossible to maneuver. And I have it strung on the Snowbee Spectre 2-3 weight reel, and I used it on the Snowbee GXS 7-foot 2-weight fly rod. So the ultimate finesse setup. And like I mentioned earlier, it is a floating fly line, and it sits high on the water column. That's sometimes a worry with fly line is, okay, the more water it takes on, it's gonna fall in the water. Or others worry that, okay, I'm using a little bit heavier fly, now I know it's definitely gonna sink. But for the smaller presentation, it holds its own quite well, and it just looks good and feels good in your hand. It casts through the guides on the rod well. It retrieves well. You can strip it easily. It doesn't feel like it's gonna tear or break with any tension that's put on it. Snowbee made this for a specific type of angler, and sometimes that's a worry for anglers, the investment into a brand new fly line for a specific situation, and you can cost yourself almost 3 digits doing that. But if you find yourself to be a finesse angler at heart and you need to use size 16 to 24 flies, lay those down softly in that crystal clear water, then this line is going to work great for you. I actually brought this out when I was fishing 15 to 25 mile per hour winds, and I was really quite worried with how this was going to perform, to be honest with you. I didn't think it was going to fight through the wind by any means. I thought it was going to just get curled up, fall right at my feet, and I'd have to wait to test it on another day. But I figured, hey, I'm here, let's see how it does. And I was able to make those 20 to even 25 foot casts fighting that 15-20 mile an hour wind, and I really didn't see much trouble. Anywhere past that, the line was curling up, the fly was getting blown back in towards me. That's the nature of the beast. But if you need to make 10, 15, 20 foot casts even on those windier days, this fly line can do it. Again, it definitely surprised me, especially with the rod that I was using. Smaller, definitely a finesse rod, but all of that combined, didn't have any trouble hitting those spots across the stream a little ways. But those 5, 10, 15 foot casts, money in almost any type of condition. And it lays down softly. It's not a type of fly line that's just gonna drag towards the water as soon as you get it out of the guides. It's gonna stay where you want it to, and as you make that final cast, it's gonna fall, the line will hit, the fly will hit, and no commotion will be made, and fish can strike it at it without any worry or thought that this might be an artificial presentation. And the performance of this in all facets of it, really high quality stuff. I was pleased right from the get-go with this line from Snowbee, and that line slick really does make a difference. It was just another small added bonus. I figured, hey, they sent it along, let's give it a try, and it made it even more smooth. It felt even better through the guide. So overall performance for those small, delicate casts on the mountain streams or alpine lakes, or just clear water where you need to be as little of a presence as possible, the Snowbee XS Delicate Presentation Floating Line is a wonderful option for you. So the Snowbee Delicate Presentation XS Floating Line is going to cost you $74. In the world of fly fishing, in the world of fly line, that's really not that expensive. You can pay easily 3 digits for your line, sometimes more. And for a niche type of line, that delicate presentation, smaller finesse angling, again, not that expensive at all. It's made in 0 weight to 5 weight, so for the smaller equipment that you have in your arsenal, but it's not anything that you will ever regret buying, especially if you know what type of fishing you're doing. And as a finesse angler at heart, someone that loves throwing small dries, little nymphs, then I know what I need to be successful in the water. And this line added a whole new element to my arsenal. I don't have to be as delicate with my casts because this line was already created to fill in those gaps where I may fall short in my casting. So for $74, you can't go wrong with this fly line. Overall, big fan of the Snowbee XS Delicate Presentation 2-weight floating line. Again, you can find it anywhere from 0 weight to 5 weight, and it sits high on the water, it casts nicely even in tougher conditions, and it presents your flies well. And the looped ends, just another added bonus for you. Makes it easier to attach the leaders, move on with your life, don't have to worry about the nail knots, all of those things. Snowbee took their time with this fly line. They are a company that's more known for waders and other sorts of fly fishing goods, but their fly lines definitely fly under the radar. So I appreciate you guys watching this video today. If it was helpful for you, please make sure you head over to our YouTube page and subscribe.